Hey there, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, I said I was not going to do this, but I spoke to a client of mine, and I'm just on my way to have a very quick coffee and grab a few things with a friend who is a pretty big prof and very much involved with all that's happening in the world. And apparently, like 4 or 5 clients got back to me, and they, said everything I'd said to them happened. And I spoke about, President Trump and all the stuff, and they would start, and it would rebel, and it would. Anyway, so I thought what I would do here, just very, very quickly, give off a few of my predictions, which I'm not necessarily concerned about all of them. I'm concerned a bit. They will perceive the fact that they're going to step up and step in. And I've said this about all the energy that's at hand right now. So we have, Pluto in Aquarius, which is rebellion and revolution. It's going to happen across the board. President Trump is not protected from that either. I mean, this is going to happen. And I mean, there's a very good chance that you'll see 3 leaders go down, not 1, but 3. And this again has to do with the direct hit. I mean, to me, you don't need to do microseconds. You can look at sort of an overall, and of course, I also look at my consultation, and I don't look at astrology, but I know what's going on. And my consultations have all been very similar in disaster to do with the way they were. How you doing, Guy? The way they were when I, was doing consultations with clients prior to the Twin Towers coming down. And it's not in that essence. But what I am very concerned about is that I do not believe, and then again, I'm not maybe wrong, I'm not involved with the military in the United States or anywhere. I don't believe that they're taking it as seriously as they really should be in regards to President Putin and Xi, the president of China. I really do believe that the two of them are really ready and raring to go. And the sad thing is that, you've got Jupiter, which is this massive level of expansion that it's almost hitting dead center. And the dead center connection is, Wednesday over the 2-week period, because it lasts for 2 weeks, the cycle, and then we move into that full moon in Capricorn. Well, Saturn itself is in the house of war. Saturn Capricorn is with Neptune, which also links itself to spirituality and past lives and et cetera, et cetera. Now, both of those two obviously are in this very naive beginning of Mars, and they're going to slide back, and this philosophy about, all will come to calm by September, and we'll have calm, and then of course the shit hits the fan again in February, March of 2026. So all I can tell you is, this is the beginning of some pretty serious trouble. And yourself, when you alert a projected energy of, you're my enemy, we believe you are my enemy, and all you do is you then procure that, and you attract that, the law of attraction. And what concerns me in a very sad way is, as I've said, and I've mentioned this numerous times, and I haven't heard enough as an older adult, the actual interviews of Golda Meir and some of the other wonderful prime ministers of the actual state of Israel. I really think things have taken a turn in a very wrong way. And this spiritually will come out. This is where sort of the shit will hit the fan. And remember, the 2 years prior to this, the North Node was in Aries, which in the Hebrew faith is the Yod, the hand of God. And it was in Mars, it was in Aries. And I don't know that anybody's learned anything. I think this has been brewing for a long time. And yes, you can say, well, we always knew this was going to happen. But did you know that, or are you procuring that? So anyway, all I can say is, as I was speaking to the gal in question, who's quite a great little journalist herself, she's a fabulous journalist, I think it's time for me to go to a bigger audience anyway. And it's going to be a very interesting 2-week cycle, because I've got all these things going on already where I want to go from get together to get together. And I know Pride's on, and Pride's going to be great, but there's more. There's some other things. And I get to see some great people in the music industry on Canada Day in the evening. So anyway, I wish you all the best. I'm still working. I do have availabilities. And people's readings have been pretty damn to the point. And remember, I'm a double Capricorn, so there's double Saturn with Leo. So anyway, I wish you guys all the best. I hope you have a wonderful day. Get out and enjoy this. Yeah, it's warm, but it's beautiful. Go to a cafe. Have a lemonade. I don't like it too refrigerated. I do for Chloe, because she's having her sinus problems, but I don't like it too refrigerated. Anyway, you heard it here first. Cheers.